Okay, today we are going to make our clay heart project. You're going to get a piece of paper with a heart on it and some clay, and I will always give you more clay if you need more. We're going to get a lot of practice rolling coils today. So with your clay, you're going to pinch off a little bit, just as much as can fit in your hand. If it's too much, just pinch off some more. Kind of start squeezing it so it starts to make this kind of long oval shape. And then on your messy mat, you're going to roll a smooth coil. Now you notice how my hands are going all the way from the bottom, almost to my wrist, all the way to the top of my fingers. And I'm feeling for lumps. Sometimes that happens and I have to hold down my messy mat with my other hand, but I'm feeling for lumps. I'm getting a nice long even coil. The first thing you're going to do is do the outline of the heart. So this looks like it's long enough. I'm going to start at the little point of the heart, and then when I get to this little dip, I'm just going to kind of pinch that so it creates this nice sort of arch. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and this I'm going to save because I'll probably use that. Sometimes I like to start in between my hands, but you can see it gets kind of lumpy. I don't want a lumpy coil. I want my coil to be about the size of my pinky. Don't want it to be too thin or too thick. You can see I'm getting those lumps kind of rolled out. Now if I feel a lump that's not getting rolled out with my hands, I can turn it and kind of push it down where I see that it's a little bit flat. I don't want a flat coil. And that one looks good. So I'm going to take that and push that together at the point of my heart, turn it, and then just pinch that, kind of pinch those two parts together. Now you're going to fill up the inside of your coil. And you're going to use, I can use these small ones. I can use these extra ones, and I'm going to make little designs like with spirals. This is a little bit lumpy. By taking my coil and just turning it, and then I'm going to put that on the inside of my heart. And you can make lots and lots of these coils. So basically the rest of your clay you're going to be using to make coils. They can be small coils, they can be big coils. You're going to fill up the whole thing. Let me show you one more kind of a coil that's kind of neat. Remember, don't make them too much bigger or too much smaller than your pinky. So if I coil this one a little bit on this side, and then I coil it the opposite way, kind of makes a pretty little design, and you can fill up the whole thing. Once it's all filled in, it'll look like this. Looks really pretty. You can see all of my designs in my coil. Now you see some of the white paper showing through, and at that point I want you just to take small little pieces of clay, make little balls, and kind of put those so that those are covered up. And when you've got those covered up, the last step is to smooth it out, because these won't stick together unless I smooth it out. So I'm going to start here on the edge. I'm just going to smooth out those coils. And I know it's kind of scary because you're like, oh, my poor design is going away. But watch what's going to happen. I'm starting from the edge and I'm kind of pulling that clay into the middle. And then as I kind of work that clay around, I just smooth it with my fingers. My fingers are soft and smooth. And as I work that clay towards the center, all of it gets smoothed down. Now I've started one a little bit, got a little bit farther on. I'm almost finished with this one. Takes a little bit of time to get that all smoothed down. Take your time, smooth it down. I will be writing your name on the back of these. Notice how I'm turning my hand in different directions, kind of turning it one way and then I'm turning it another way. My finger, I'm just using one finger, kind of pulling that edge in and kind of pushing that clay so it all gets pushed around. All right, now I don't see any more bumps. It's pretty smooth. At this point, you're finished and you're going to bring it to me. I will write your name on the back with the pointy tool. I want to write your name so I can read it. And I will also write your teacher's name. If you don't want a hole in your heart, you don't have to have a hole. If you do want a hole, I will take this special tool and I will kind of poke a hole through the middle of your heart so you can hang it up if you want to hang it up. And then this is the exciting part. Watch. We're going to peel off the heart and all the designs are still there. They're a little bit flatter, but you can still see them and they're all connected together. And at that point, you are finished. If you have any extra clay, you're gonna bring that up to the cart. Your paper can be thrown away, and we can also put our our messy mats back up front. And then you can wash your hands because your hands will be a little bit messy. And then you're done.